Nezuko has laced her boots for the first time in a long time in Demon Slayer Season 2 Episode 7. The latest episode of the franchise promises a ton of bone-crushing action. Let's get right to the review. One of the most popular anime of our time, Demon Slayer, is back on our screens with the Entertainment District arc. The newest series follows the 7-episode retelling of the Mugen Train movie. The arc follows Tanjirou, Zenitsu, and Inosuke, aided by the Sound Hashira Tengen Uzui. They travel to Yoshiwara red light district to hunt down a demon terrorizing the town. Ufotable is the studio behind Demon Slayer's anime adaptation, and Haruo Sotozaki will direct the series. It is to be noted that only the first episode was a double-length episode, followed by standard episodes in the future. You can read our review of the Mugen Train movie while you're at it, or our review of the 6th episode of this arc if you'd like. The episode is also known as Kimetsu no Yaiba Yuukaku-hen Episode 7 in original Japanese. We probably witnessed the best episode of this entire arc just now, and things don't look to be slowing down anytime soon. While the arc definitely had a shaky start, the show seems to have picked itself up rather spectacularly. It is like a switch flipped in the mangaka/showrunner's head one day when they thought that the show had completed enough setup, and it is now time to go balls to the wall with the meat and potatoes of the entire series, the action. We saw Tanjirou go head-to-head with Daki in the previous episode in a glorious display of animation that Ufotable always delivers, even though his keeping toe-to-toe with an upper-ranked demon was sketchy at best. Then, NEZUKO kicked into action and beat 7 shades of hell out of the demon. Her going up against Daki was undeniably cool and fun to watch, but it somewhat came out of nowhere since we hadn't ever seen her go to this level of power and rage before. Demon Slayer Red Light District Arc Episode 7 did a great job in explaining how the brother-sister duo was able to deal this amount of damage to an upper-ranked demon. The explanation was logical and made a ton of thematical sense in the context of the show, even though it raised a lot more questions than it answered them. The best part about the entire package was the amount of anticipation and hype it generated for the next episode, something that should be the primary objective of every show. When speaking of a show such as this, speaking about the animation of each episode becomes redundant after a point. The show has set an incredibly high standard for itself in its past outings, and it still manages to outdo itself every time. Demon Slayer Season 2 Episode 7 was no different, and it featured some fantastic angles and facial shots among the high-speed action sequences. The lighting was used in a manner that showcased the show's tone perfectly and should be commended. Tengen Uzui has been a bit of a disappointment so far, and I was hoping he'd be a far more involved character than he currently is. Like the ninja he is, we know precious little about him so far. All we have seen him do is run around, swing his swords a few times, and be funny while beating up the boys. That isn't enough for a central character in the story, and I hope we see more about him soon. Overall, this was a fantastic outing for the show. There was a ton of enjoyable activities, the emotional moments were also very good, there was just the right amount of comic relief that was mostly delivered except at one moment. Now, the question remains if the show can keep this level of quality for the remainder of the season. Only time will tell, I suppose. Demon Slayer Season 2 Episode 7 was a fantastic outing that managed to deliver in everything that it promised: great action, solid emotional beats, and a very strong theme of sibling love. Seems like the show is back in form, after all.